Hi guys, well, it's Jace here again. I'm here today with a different plane to last week. I'm here with a FMS Spitfire. Now this plane, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but this plane's had a bit of a rough life. It's a bit of an important plane to me. Was bought for me by my mum, who died before she got a chance to see it fly. And yeah, it's had some major damage done to it, mainly because it was bad from the moment I got it. Bad motor, had a big crash. Wasn't going to fly it for again. I was worried I was going to just lose it for good. But anyway, I've done a lot of upgrades. Got a big E-flite Power 42 motor in there. Changed the aileron servos and given it bigger throws. To be honest with you, she's a nice flyer now. She really does fly nicely. I'm just going to put a mix on there. I like to have an aileron rudder mix. So we'll give it a good 20% on the left and right, and hopefully that will get the plane turning nicely. There we go, we've got a nice rudder aileron mix. Might give it a bit more than that, might give it 30%. She's a bit torquey, this plane. She does like to rotate left on takeoff, so hopefully that will I'll give it that. No, that's not right, because that's actually mixing in the wrong direction. So we'll just change this to minuses, get minus 30. Probably going to need to trim her out a little bit when I first get her in the air, but once I get her in the air, hopefully she'll fly nicely and be able to see exactly what this model can do. Anyway, I'll get on with it, start my timer. Told you she was torquey on takeoff. Okay, there she seems to be balanced now. Still climbing a little. I'll get her all sorted out. It's better to have her flying straight and true. I don't have to fight her so much then. Yeah, no, that's got her. That's got her. Okay, now I'll fly her and show you what this bird can do. Still climbing a bit. I'll just trim her down. I don't like her climbing too much. It's probably because I got a smaller battery than I'd normally fly her with, because she's flying with a 3 amp. I normally fly with a 4. That's probably why she's a bit nose light. But anyway, that's as fast as she flies, because I've got the prop scaled down to an 11x7 prop. But I like it like that because that looks like a Spitfire flying now. But she's got plenty of torque in that motor. She'll just keep pulling nicely, and she is actually a very beautiful, very gracious bird up in the air. It was very sad when this model crashed on its initial flight. I was really hoping my mum was going to get to see this fly, and unfortunately, as I said, she died before she got the chance. And it's just a shame, because this is a very, very, very nice bird to fly. You know, you get the torque sorted out on that initial takeoff. You got to give a lot of rudder as she gets airborne. You also got to get her running on the ground nicely. You got to get some decent speed along before you try and rotate her. I'll try and bring her in now for a nice low high pass. There we go. That's a 1.5 meter wingspan bird, so she's in the same size league as the Hurricane, but she's a bit heavier. She demands a bit more flying. I'm going to take her up into a loop Like I said, she's not very fast, but she does have plenty of torque. I've got the sun right above me at the moment. It's just causing a bit of a problem. I think what I might do is take her away and bring her in for a decent high speed pass, and then up into a loop. I'll perform a Cuban. Now I'll take her up into a loop. There we go. Loops around beautifully. She'll go for about 5 minutes on that 3 amp. I won't push her. Not today. This is really just a flight to see if I got the setup proper after I did all my repairs. I'll bring her in for another low, high speedy. That's always a nice thing to do with a Spitfire. Look at that. It's a truly beautiful plane in the air. How long's that? Okay, that's nearly 5 minutes, so I'm going to drop the undercarriage and bring her in. She's going to have to fly a circuit because the wind's blowing the way I'm facing, so I'll take her out. Nice bit of distance. That's my timer counting down, so I've got it about right. Okay, she's pretty low. Gonna take some of the power off now. Just let her glide in. That's power all the way off. Just gonna let her now float in nice and gently. Nice 3-point landing, just like a real Spitfire. There we go, down the ground, safe and sound. Take a walk over, have a look at her. What I liked about this plane, and besides the fact my mum bought it for me, was when she first bought it, it came with a really nice scaled 3-blade prop, and unfortunately just didn't really like to fly with that 3-blade prop. It must have had too much torque roll, and so the one thing about it that I really liked is actually the one thing it doesn't have anymore. I'll say the one thing I liked about it, that was the clincher for me. That was the big thing that I liked about it. That was the realism about it, 3-blade prop. But as you see, she's flying okay now. She's flying right. She's not fast. As I said, that's not my goal. I never want to turn my models into pylon racers. This flew like a Spitfire flies. I'm happy with the roll rate now. I'm happy with her climb rate. I might think about going one more pitch on that blade, just to give her a bit more vertical performance. But I'm happy. This plane flies now when I bring it to the park, and that's the important thing. Anyway guys, thanks for watching.